All right, let's get started with our Fiat 1936 Fiat Hot Rod. Um, if you recall, this is part of our my inventory car series. I'm making one of every car that exists in the game, putting performance parts wherever I can put performance parts, and every performance part will be a 3-star performance part. That's the setup. This Fiat we already have done. We have a supercharged 2 carb V8 on with all the performance parts. Everything's 3-starred. Um, we have the wheels aligned. We did that in the last video. Uh, the lights are aligned too. So now we just have to paint the car. And actually, this default paint, I am digging. I think it looks cool, but I just want to see if there's other options here that could be cool. So this is the current color, this kind of lighter red. The black's not bad. Um, let's just check the liveries. Clearly that flame job was a livery. White stripe with Smith and Parker down the middle. It's okay. Black, same deal. Black stripe. What is 3? Just different color on the fenders. Okay. Two-tone it. I'm not hating that, honestly. Going for like the patina look. So kind of the rusted patina. Looks terrible with the gloss. Is this like same deal, like some kind of patina? I'm going to change that to white or black. Maybe that'll show up better. Metallic, solid. Yeah, let's look at the solid black, see what that comes out as. Alright, so that's kind of like the patina-ish look. Then we got the flames, which is what we had originally. That's library 7. Library 8, white flames. Okay, the white flame on solid black is cool. I ain't kidding. Alright, this might be what we have to go for. Now I could make the metallic looks cool because it's in a silver and black. Pearl is awesome. Matte's not bad. I kind of like the matte. Chrome. Back to chrome. Honestly, I might say I like that even cooler because it kind of goes with that steering wheel really well. Yeah, we're doing chrome. All right, paint. So we have a paint job that I like. I'm sure Mad Mutt will hate on it. That's okay. Mad Mutt, if you're watching, sorry, dude. I tried. I like giving him grief anyway. All right, let's move this bad boy to the dyno. At the dyno, we have to do a few things. Now we have 2 carburetors. So if you come over here to our computer, this is our tuner. We can tune these carbs, and you can see if you adjust this, you're going to get a performance increase. I have those lined up. There we go. So if I get all 3 of the carbs tuned to +2, you get a 3% performance increase. Now, helpful tip, when you do this, make sure you hit apply or it doesn't save. Go to second carburetor because we've got 2 carbs. And what I try to do is I try to get the first 2 lined up the same. See where they're both at 0. Then I subtract 1, add 1 to the third one. Subtract 1, add 1 to the third one. And just keep doing this till they all hit +2. Apply. Alright, so we're tuned properly. I'm going to drag this car, so generally when I start on a drag, I just kind of guess based on what I think the performance of this vehicle will be. I like a 411 rear end to start with. I like solid numbers on my gears just because I think it's easier as I adjust them. So we'll do a 375, 2 and a quarter. Make that closer. 1.7. 4, and then we're going to go to 7 gears. I was at 1.4. I'll make the next one 1.2. This one 1.0. This one 0.8. Now this is where we'll start. Now is this going to be right for this car? I don't know. And then I'll at 8 and 9 for top speed later. But before you can take it to drag, we have to hit the dyno. So our starting horsepower, 459, 637. Let's see how our performance did as far as improving our numbers. Nice. So we have a 122% increase in horsepower, 118% increase in pound-feet of torque. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up our spreadsheet. Show you this. This is where I'm recording all of my cars, their value, horsepower, pound-feet of torque, top speed, lap time at the track, quarter-mile time, quarter-mile speed, and did they win the King of the Sands or not. So let's go ahead and record our horsepower rating here. Horsepower 1,012, and our pound-feet of torque 1,386 pound-feet of torque. I'll go ahead and save my spreadsheet so I don't lose that. And we have a pretty high A drag rating. The top A drag rating is 999, so we're like high A. All right, so let's do a quick drag. So go to map. Now another way to do this is just kind of fun. I don't remember if I showed this in the guide series yet. You can get in the car, right click here, start the car, and then you can take it for a drive as it's running, and let's drive it to the drags here. Just another way to, there's multiple ways to interact with the game. It's kind of fun. And just to start, I'll go to the warm-up and practice quarter mile. I won't run against anybody. I just want to do a quarter mile drag, see how she performs. Now to do these drags, you have to be on your brake. The minute you hold your brake, the minute you tap the gas, the stage lights are going to go. There's 3 yellows, green, hit it. Or 3 yellows, green, yeah. 3 yellows and green. On the gas. Alright, so 7, we're topping out. We're doing a 9.5 at 146 with a 0.2 reaction time. So what I try to do is I try to tune that 7th gear that the minute I cross the finish line at the quarter mile, I'm like at max RPM. I haven't hit max RPM before the finish line. I'm trying to max my RPM right as I cross. That generally is going to be the max I can get in that quarter mile. And I think my front 2 gears are actually a little short, meaning that I'm hitting too high a speed, but that's okay. So our top speed is probably going to be better than this. So let's take this down by a 10th to 7, which I'll also take these down by a 10th as well to 0.9. 1.0. This is why I like to use the 10s. Take this to 3, this to 1.6, and I'll leave the rear end the same. 1.25, and we'll take this to 65. 3.65. Apply. I always save it once. just to be safe, let's go to the drag strip, take our Smith Kid. We'll do a test run again, see how it performs. Depending on this performance, we may or may not just go ahead and take it to the King of the Sands and see how it performs. On the brake, on the gas. It seems like about 5,000 RPM, just a little over that 5,000 RPMs are shifting the line. And I just maxed that RPM as we went through. We did a 9.2 at 160. My reaction time was excellent. So I don't know if I'll be able to reproduce that, but let's write that time down on the quarter mile. So quarter mile, this will be our starting 9.82, quarter mile speed 160. Save my spreadsheet. And I'm going to go ahead and take this straight to the King of the Sands. It actually feels about right. So I don't think we'll have to do a ton of tweaking. Let's go ahead and place some bets. And what we're going to do betting wise, I'm just going to bet whichever car has the highest drag rating. Now, will that win every time? Nope. I've bet cars that I've felt are my favorite cars. I've bet cars that have a better tune percentage. I've bet cars that had the better drag rating. I can't seem to figure out in my head what always is going to guarantee you a win. I don't think there is. There's still some probably chance on reaction time for the computers and what have you. It seems to come out about 50%, which is what we saw there on the first 6. All right, so I'll warm up here with a little water this time. All right, what are we up against? I didn't honestly check. We are up against, oh geez, that's that Swedish performance car. It's called a Hammerdale, but it's that handmade Swedish performance car. That is a fast car, so we might be in trouble here. On the brake, on the gas. Trying to get my ship just beyond that 5,000 RPM dot. Did we beat the Hammerdale? Nope. He had us by 9397, 9397. How did he beat us by a hair? Holy cow. And his reaction time 0.066. This car is sick. It is ridiculously fast. We've done that car already. All right, so we're going to escape out of here. Let's go back to the back to the shop. Let's readjust our drag rating just a hair, a tickle. Let's take 5/100ths back on the drag rating, which will give us a little bit more top speed, make our front gears a little taller because I was shifting pretty quick. So let's take gear 1 to 6, this to 10, this to 5.5, 2.5. This is a small adjustment. All right, that might be too much. Might end up going right back to what we were already in. Okay, let's go this way. Just want to drive get to the track the other way. Let's sit in our cool car. Fire her up. We're gonna drive to the drag strip. Plus, I like hearing that car. It sounds cool. And we're gonna go straight to the King of the Sands. We're not even gonna try a test run. Quarter mile, Class A, sure, pay the fee. Same thing. All right, so here we have two cars that are exactly the same. I'm going to bet the right car, and I'll explain why. This is my friends list name. So if you had that setting at the front end that allowed you to allow friends to be listed, Bubba P's on my friends list. So I'll bet Bubba P. It's not actually Bubba P. It's just they take one of those computer cars and throw your friends' names on the list. Ten to 1, we're still going to be right at 50% on our bets. Loss, loss, win, win, loss, loss, win, loss. Okay, we're below 50% that time, so that stinks. What car are we racing here? That is a Pagani, right? Okay. On the brake, on the gas. I think my shift there was a little before 5,000. That might screw us up. 9.3. So we actually, well, I think that's all in my reaction time, a 0.2. So we're not too bad as far as speed. Low 9s, I think, is going to be fine to win a King of the Sands. We'll see how we do here. 10 to 1, we're going to end up against that Hammerdale. Ah, the Hammerdale lost. Interesting. Okay, we're up against another Pagani. On the brake. On the gas. $9,285 at 162. I think that is pretty close to our fast time, right? 9,282. So that's right on target. I don't know if that last gear adjustment made much of a difference. So we're up against a Hellcat. We'll bet the Mustang. Start. Hey, we won that bet. That's good at least. All right, Hellcat. On the brake. On the gas. Ah, we blew it. I blew that. I was trying to get a quick reaction time and blew it. Dang it. Let's bet the Mustang. Ah, we lost. Okay, still got 5,000 bucks in bets and wins. Let's try another run. I'm pretty sure we can win King of the Sands with this car, with this current setup, without having to adjust it much more. Especially if I don't red light off the line, that would be helpful. All right, bets are placed. Hit start. Cross fingers. I think that's a Porsche we're up against, right? Yeah. On the brake. On the gas. $9.3 at 162 versus 9.6. So we're okay. Reaction time was decent, 0.1. A little below 500 on our bets. That's us. We're against a Hammerdale. Gosh, I hate that car. Right. Hammerdale. On the brake, on the gas. Can't tell if we got it. We did. 9.4. Okay, we'll bet that Hellcat. See if we can get into the finals this time. Especially if I don't red light. Another Hammerdale, huh? On the brake, on the gas. 9.7, a little bit shorter, I think, honestly. 9.4, barely beat that car. All right, we're in the finals against a Hellcat. Go for the win. Try looking at the car from behind this time. On the brake, on the gas. I think we got that handily. 9.3 at 161. He had a 10.2 at 149. So we have won the King of the Sands, 14K. All right, that car I think is set pretty nice actually. So last thing I will do on my inventory cars, get it back to the track or back into the garage. If you race a car, you put it in your parking garage, you take it for a drag, it does get dirty, believe it or not. So I'll take it to the car wash, I'll wash it once, and then I'll check on the price of the vehicle and record that on my spreadsheet. Go. And then I get a screenshot that I like to save for my friends on my Steam screenshot page. What is it doing? Car status. Value of the car. 108,848. Change this font to automatic to black. Save it. Let's go ahead and do the screenshot and then like the suicide door. The photo location. 4. This is where I take my screenshots at. Mode. Getting down low on the car. I am a creature of habit. I like to set these up the same way. Ish. That. Go. Hide the settings. Try to center it. Ish. There's the screenshot. What number of car is this that I've done? I think it's number 71. Okay. Car number 71. 1936 Fiat. Fiat 500, right? Fiat 500. Ah. Fiat 500. Upload the screenshot. Done. Alright, let's go back to the garage. I did forget to do 2 things to this car that we should still do. Let's add an 8th and 9th gear so that we can top speed this bad boy. And I'm in the mood, so let's go ahead and take it to the racetrack and do a couple of laps on the track too. Typically I either do 2 or 3 laps just to see if I can get a good lap time. Alright, so let's move the car to the dyno. So tune in 2 more gears. We need an 8th and a 9th. Oops. So 7 was a 0.65. And we'll go 2 down here to 0.45. And then 2 down to a 3.5. See if that's too much. 3.5, 341. It's never going to be a 340 mile an hour car. It's 4, 298, 320. I think that's the highest I've ever seen on a car, so I'll leave it at 3.7, even though it's not an even number, or a 5, number of 5. Hit apply. And I'm going to drag it, or take it to the speed track, excuse me. Fire her up. Drive the car to the speed track. Yeah, 322. That was the max speed I've ever had. I think that was out of. I honestly don't remember which car I had a 322. I'll have to check my spreadsheet. Alright, let's just. Brake. Yes. Alright. Drop it. Same. I'm going to shift right around 5,000 RPM. Thankfully, there's no car damage in this game, so you can smash it right into the wall and you're fine. The 8 is having trouble pulling hard. Alright, so that's it. And it's that 411 rear end that's really screwing up the top speed. So let's return to the garage. Because that's more for fast off the line. If you want top speed, typically you change your rear end. Maybe what we could do is leave it as a 7 gearbox and just change the rear end for a top speed run. Let's do that real quick. So let's take back out to 7 gears, and I'm just going to change the rear end from a 411. See, a 325 rear end. So I think it can hit 200 or 300. Let's apply that. All right. Now, benefit here is that now to get back to my drag setup, all I have to do is change the rear end to a 411. And I'm right back into my drag setup. Which the drag setup would probably be better for the track too, honestly. Let's drive to the speed track. You can just right click and go to the speed track too and select that car. I'm just liking this hopping in the car thing that I've been doing lately. Alright, on the brake, on the gas. Drop. We're shifting right around 5,000 RPM. We'll make it just a little over 5,000 RPMs. This might be all we're getting top speed out of this thing, is about 230. 230. Okay, that's fine. 230 top speed. Okay, save. Save. Return to the garage. We'll flip back to that 411 rear end. When I drive on the track, I actually hook up my Xbox controller. You can drive on a track with your keyboard and mouse. I just find that to be clunky. I've tried a steering wheel. With my desk setup, I couldn't find a good setup. At some point, I'd like to build some kind of racing car setup. You can buy those online, of course, too. I like playing Truck Simulator too, which would be really nice with the steering wheel and pedals, but I almost want to build like an enclosure where I can do that. I have to start thinking through that in my head. Escape. We'll pop back into our car. Fire her up. And we're going to go to the racetrack. Saw my racetrack record is a 125. Pop behind the car here on the brake. Get where I had my gear shifts on these. First lap is always just a setup lap anyway. Just to kind of get a feel of the car, how it performs, how it handles. brakes, so we should be able to brake it. This is a hairpin turn. Really gotta get your speed down. A little rubber there. Down here, brake. Alright. Not too bad here. Brake here. Downshift a little. Not a bad first lap, honestly. Handles pretty decent. Oh no. That was not good. That probably affected our lap time. Top gear here. Brake, downshift a little. Oh, should not make that turn properly. Heck, let's just do a donut. Why not? Actually, a 134, I'm fine with. I think that's a good lap time for this car. I probably could tweak on that a little bit and get it a little bit better, but I'm going to record that as its lap time. 1:34.315. I can always come back and test on this later. Save. Turn to garage. But that kind of gives you an idea of the test track and how that goes. Save it. Now this is the 36 Fiat 500. She is a fast car. She does good. I love this chrome. I love the flame livery. I think it looks cool. So this will be where we'll end the part 3 of the Fiat. Hope you liked it. We'll be back. I don't know which car we're going to do next. Let's check the spreadsheet. Just as a preview. So I just did an old car. So probably the next car will be the 2016 Porsche Carrera 4S. I think that's what we'll do next. In fact, I'll set the value at $1. So remember to do that. Sort by the largest to smallest. And that'll be our next car. All right, we will see you in the next update. Hope you guys liked it. Take her easy.